Election officials say the FBI removed about 700 boxes of materials from a Georgia election office after the agency executed a search warrant.
And the White House has once again changed its story as to why Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard was on site during the FBI's raid of a Fulton County election facility last week. President Trump said yesterday it was actually Attorney General Pam Bondi who told Gabbard to go.
Questions are growing over the FBI's seizure of 2020 election ballots from a Georgia election office. National Intelligence Director Tulsi Gabbard says President Trump directed her to attend that raid.
Today's story focuses on a major political issue in the United States. The White House is publicly defending Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard after she appeared at an FBI raid on an election office in Georgia. The administration says her role was appropriate and within her official duty. At the same time, President Trump has announced a new plan called TrumpRx Gov to help lower prescription drug costs. This combination of events has made national news and sparked debate from politicians on both sides. What happened at the FBI raid in Georgia? Last week, the FBI executed a search of the Fulton County election office in Georgia. The raid was part of an ongoing federal investigation related to the 2020 election and involved the seizure of documents and materials connected to that election. Director Tulsi Gabbard was present during part of this operation. Gabbard later explained in a letter to congressional intelligence leaders that she was there at the request of President Trump and that she did not direct the operation. She said her presence was meant to support election security and counterintelligence work, and that she helped facilitate a brief phone call between President Trump and the FBI agents at the site. The White House defense and reactions. The White House has defended Gabbard's presence at the Georgia raid. Press officials said the visit was part of her job to oversee intelligence matters that affect U.S. elections, including threats to election security. The administration argues that her attendance was lawful and justified because it relates to her authority over election security and counterintelligence. President Trump also publicly supported Gabbard at a national event, saying she went to Georgia at the urging of Attorney General Pam Bondi, which is a slightly different explanation than earlier statements. This shift in explanation has raised questions among lawmakers and the public about the exact reasoning behind her presence. Critics, particularly Democratic leaders, have expressed concern. Some question why the Director of National Intelligence would join an FBI operation, saying that domestic law enforcement is not normally part of her role. There is also political scrutiny over the 2020 election and the broader context of claims about election integrity. Related administration actions and public impact. In addition to defending Gabbard's role, the Trump administration has introduced TrumpRx Gov, a new government website intended to help Americans find lower-cost prescription drugs from participating pharmacies. The administration says this site will allow people to save money on medications without directly selling drugs itself. This effort joins other major federal actions happening at the same time. Critics, particularly Democratic leaders, have expressed concern. Some question why the Director of National Intelligence would join an FBI operation, saying that domestic law enforcement is not normally part of her role. There is also political scrutiny over the 2020 election and the broader context of claims about election integrity. Related administration actions and public impact. In addition to defending Gabbard's role, the Trump administration has introduced TrumpRx Gov, a new government website intended to help Americans find lower-cost prescription drugs from participating pharmacies. The administration says this site will allow people to save money on medications without directly selling drugs itself. This effort joins other major federal actions happening at the same time, including debates over funding for government departments and federal employee rules. The situation continues to draw attention from both political parties. Some Republican leaders have supported the administration's explanations and decisions, while Democrats and other critics are demanding more clarity about the legal and ethical implications of a national intelligence leader at a domestic FBI operation. The episode underscores deep political divisions in the United States and ongoing debates about election oversight and government authority. Conclusion. The White House is standing by its decision to have Tulsi Gabbard present during an FBI raid on a Georgia election office, saying it was consistent with her role in safeguarding election security. At the same time, President Trump is pushing a new drug pricing initiative aimed at helping everyday Americans. Both developments show how intertwined political strategy, election integrity, and public policy have become in today's national discourse. Continued scrutiny from lawmakers and the public suggests this story will remain in the headlines in the coming days.